Long before Beijing became a super city, early settlements already exist. And in the small pockets of roads and alleyways, a community continues to withstand time.
We are right now in one of the most famous hutongs in Beijing. So hutongs came from a Mongolian word. It means water well. Somehow it feels like there's a tiny village within this mega city. And everywhere you see shops, very commercialized here. It is still a residential area. A lot of people live here, and it's feels like Naples of Asia. It's motorbikes rushing in, and also just noises everywhere. Yeah, food. I think I could smell the food wafting through the air. And we still have the traditional houses here as well. There's red all over. Why red? Because it attracts luck, good luck, and also I think the devil is against it, the color red as well. So it just drives out bad luck. So that's why it's quite a popular color in the Chinese culture. Even the diaspora of Chinese Filipinos back in my country, red is all over the place. Even in Chinatowns, in different cities, mega cities like London. Not just shops and also food kiosks. There are also schools in here, just like here. Yeah, look at the doors. Iconic. So indeed, hutongs are like the veins of Beijing. So they form little communities, workers, laborers, and somehow they're quite lively. Yeah, within these houses are families that have lived here for centuries. And somehow, hutongs were formed, it was believed during Yuan dynasty. As far as that, it simply shows the past meets the present, and they're aiming for the future. Beijing is one mixture of different eras in one mega city. From
Small towns hidden in the city, and now into the ancient city itself.
So we're walking along the side of towards the eastern gate of the Palace Museum, also known as Forbidden City. Okay, so there are like this little hutongs by the road, and some have commercialized stores. Yep. So they're selling snacks, some food, some restaurants, small ones, and and they have this costumes as well, like girls are wearing. It depends on the dynasty that they want to wear. So I think it's just for pictorial purposes. The tourism is blooming here around March, springtime, soon.
And we are about to start our journey in the Eastern Gate.
So this is another gate. I think it's on the eastern part. So if we went to the other side via Tiananmen Square, we're gonna pass through the gate where the large portrait of the late Mao Zedong is placed. But they're quite strict there. Like I won't even take the risk to bring out the camera because most of the military men are there.
Oh, there's a bit of a detour. That's the exit. I think they're gonna make us pass through the main gate. Good, we're gonna see the portrait then. And just in front of me are a couple of girls who's wearing the costumes. I think they're called wang fu, just like a kimono in Japan. Yeah, so it depends. I think the choices there will be Song Dynasty, Ming Dynasty, different type of dynasties. So throughout the ages, Chinese women went through a different phase of fashion as well. That's the wall. So why it's called Palace Museum? Or why is it called the Forbidden City? Well, one thing is that only the emperors and royal blood, the concubines, the wives, and the soldiers back then are allowed to enter the place just for them. So the common people are not allowed. And now they're gonna open their gates for us, even the foreigners. And also, just to be here, because we're near Tiananmen Square, there are about 3 T's that we're now not allowed to talk about here. Number 1, Tibet, the freedom of Tibet. Number 2, Taiwan, how controversial it is right now. And lastly, Tiananmen Square, 1989. So, it's pretty much a secret. I'm just using my phone at the moment, run out of battery. So on the other side of that river is Tiananmen Square. As you can see, it's barred. You cannot see anything from this side. And right up front, still a long walk. At least we're gonna see the Mao Zedong's photo. I think they call him the Great Uncle or something. He has a nickname here. No, we didn't. We won't see the great portrait of the great leader. So if we're gonna look there, usually that's where the portrait on the other side is found. Unfortunately, I was able to pass by Great Gate last year, and here it is. Sorry, I have to cut it off. Police is just looking at me, and then I saw a sign that you're not allowed to take photos in that direction. Anyway, yeah. So, certain like selfie stick, and also you're not allowed to put a stand or a tripod. You're not allowed that. So if you got one, that's the things that are not allowed. So what they usually do is they're gonna pack it up, and then they're gonna transfer it at the very end of the Palace Museum, and that's where you're gonna pick it up at the end of your visit. It's crazy, isn't it? Anyway, rules are rules. Looks like I have to ask someone to take a photo for me. Hopefully there's a Filipino. You know, it's easier to ask a favor from your own kind or a Westerner, because most of the Chinese tourists comes in groups, families, or tours. Yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed. Welcome to Forbidden City. In total, there's about 24 emperors who live here, starting from the early 1400s until the late around 1912, I think. Early 1900s. Yes, so it's quite a big place. So most of it is not even accessible to the public, even for now. That's why it's still called Forbidden City. Another fact about it is that it's around 24 hectares and quite expansive. And also, they're quite intricate statues here. It's actually a water spout. Some of them are like a fish, but I think they're carved to be like dragons. You know how important dragons are in the Chinese culture. Yeah, there's less people. It's around noontime, lunchtime. Oh, I take it back. There's a lot on top here. Better join the crowd. Yes, dragons everywhere. So they're like the symbol of the imperial power. They're actually China's national animal. Just like the unicorn in Scotland. They're imaginary, they're legendary, but they are like the symbol of strength. Oh my god, there's a big difference. You come here in the afternoon. In the morning, I went here like one of the firsts. And they're very strict, like super strict. They almost took my selfie stick, which is quite a small one. And right now, secretly, I have a Insta360 selfie stick, which is quite long, but you know, you can shorten it. and they weren't able to, because they're so busy, there's a lot of people, they weren't able to get it, to take it away from me. Lucky me. Hopefully I can get a good shot. Hopefully. Another thing about here is that why is it yellow? Because most of the emperors wear the yellow robes back then. It means power, might, and also the ruling power over the people. It was back then. That's why until now they kept the color palette red, yellow, greens, and a little blue. I take back what I said earlier. So it's around 720,000 square meters. I googled it. Yeah, and about 980 buildings. And somehow, what's the interesting thing about this is that there's about 9,999 and a half exactly rooms around here. Because why? Because it's only God that can have 10,000 rooms. That's a popular belief. Well, unlike the outer wall, well, there's a lot of greeneries. If you notice, since we entered here, the main part of the Forbidden City, where the palaces are, there's actually no trees. Why? Paranoia, of course. Well, back then, I don't know the enemy of the emperor, but it is to avoid any assassination attempts to the emperor. So that's why there are no trees. There are no hiding places. So everywhere you can see this large basin. They're empty at the moment, but they serve as a purpose here, not just for design. So the Forbidden City, most of it is made of wood. And in ancient times, if there's fire, it spreads so fast because wood is a fuel. One of the three triangles of how to start a fire. So what happens is that these large basins collects rainwater, and just in case there's fire, it's just water is just in hand, just within reach, in order to stop the fire before it spreads. See, there's fire control even in ancient times. Actually, back in the day, the emperor has a lot of women. Number one would be the empress. Sorry, I'm just gonna read it. So there's one official wife, it's called the empress. So she has a lot of duties, rituals, ceremonies, and going to manage other women. And somehow, and there could be a dozen, could be hundreds of concubines. And somehow they have a ranking. Imperial noble consort, concubine, or even the lower ranking ones. And they live in the inner wall or inner court. They say in each one of them has a purpose or a role. It was a popular belief that they are beauties, but they are not. They were married just because of their status, and most of them are not beautiful. They're quite not the ideal figure, like, this beauty queens and models. So somehow they just like status symbol that they got married with a king or the emperor.
was the last emperor of China. His name is Puyi, and he was an emperor at the age of 2. Somehow, people are not happy with what happened because of the poor governance and corruption. And such thing, because of his young age, he took advantage and somehow reformed the whole government of China. And also there's a Shanghai Revolution on top of it. So everything's changed since then. After 2,000 years of ruling, the emperors has ended their rule and a new government blossomed. Look at that, we're into the opposite vintage point of view. Jinshan Park is just across there. You can see the highest pagoda. Just yesterday we were waiting for the lights to turn on. That never happened. But, you know, maybe it happened around 8, but it's just getting cold. So this, I think this is the back part. That was the main attraction back. So there's quite a lot of things to see other than the main palace. I just had a milk tea, jasmine milk tea. Very back. So, yeah. Good, there's a little restaurant. I'm getting thirsty. Because I don't get it. Is it warm? Is it cold? The sun is warm, but the wind is cold. It's a bit of a mixture, so I just had something iced. It's about 35 yuan. Nearly 4 pounds, 3.5 maybe. That's fine. Tourist spot. Try to finish this. What do we have here? I haven't researched this part. Let's go to this place. I haven't been here before. Last time I went home a little bit early because I'm a bit upset that they won't allow me to take photos. I know. But it's quite common among Filipinos. You have to have good photos, you know. Just for Instagram purposes. Yeah, so many palaces. I haven't read anything about this side. Good. There's more to discover. I'm supposed to have an audio book, an audio guide. with this tour of mine, but I didn't get it. Like, I need to focus on my vlogging. So I'm doing it for you guys. So hopefully a lot more subscription. Looks like identical to the one on the second part. Let's see. Maybe I can zoom in. Looks like a chair. A big one. Maybe it's equivalent to an iron throne. Yeah, looks like an iron throne. Might be the emperor's chair before. Let's see on this side. Gosh, another building. The Hall of Union. Let's.
阿爷往后走。什么人会想出来有这样的条件？
It's quite a lot of the emperor's belongings. I don't know which emperor. Oh, there's a lot of tour groups. I have to separate from them, or else it's gonna be traffic. There's a lot of restaurants here, shops. I think I need to buy some souvenirs. Surprisingly, this was paired during the Cultural Revolution. There are 4 olds that the Cultural Revolution wanted to change or wanted to erase in history in China. The old customs, the old beliefs, the old cultures, and also the old habits. So that's why they destroyed most of those cultural practice. And from agricultural, I think China evolved into a society that's more focused on the industrialism. That's what Mao Zedong proposed, and somehow it has reshaped. And up until now, because of the Cultural Revolution, there's a form of special type of people here, Red Guards. And they're like police officers here. Somehow, they are still in power. You know the feeling that I'm like trespassing? But there's a tourist spots, there's a lot of nook and cranny around here that you can reach. And there are hidden places, like shops as well. Nice. Okay, I think there are restaurants. I can smell food. Oh my god, I just heard about the announcement. There's only 30 minutes left. I didn't know they close early during Thursdays. Anyway, let's just gonna go around and cover as much as we can. So there's only 30 minutes fun left. I'm not sure, there's a lot of things that I missed. Let's see. Can we cover? Yeah, people are going out now. It's a hall of imperial palace. It's been stated on the signage. Everyone's going one way. I think it's leading to exit. And guards are everywhere now, the security. Just ushering people which way to go. It's a huge place and we don't want people to stay behind. Well, I'm doing some last minute photo shoots. We're here at the very end. Mission accomplished. So this is the one that's facing Jinshan Park. The one we're facing last night. Still have 20 minutes spare. Let's just rest for the meantime. Oh my god, it feels like a meet and greet here. There's so many people. It's the end of the day. Well, I guess I can say this Beijing vlog is a wrap. Too bad I didn't have a chance to go to the zoo and also the summer palace. I've been there, but I didn't have a chance to go around. It's so big as well. So huge, vast. I think that's quite common among the Beijing tourist spots.
And that's it for the Forbidden City.
I think I found it. It's a hidden way at the very back, or the very front. So there's number 4th Ring Road Middle that's placed. Hopefully this is the one. Good lord. Got lost again and again. Starting from there, it's supposed to be a 16 minutes walk. I wasted a lot of time and effort, but you know, it's part of the adventure. I get lost a lot, most of the time anyway. Yeah.
Beijing.
Thank you, Jesus, this is the one. Oh my god. There's a platform, that's why I cannot see it. Yeah, it's raised. There's a lot of stores. Goodness me. I think it's just a bit too early. Try to find a place that I can stay. Because the water cube is not yet lit. And it looks much better if it's lit. But anyway, depends if I have enough time. This is crazy. I'm like, this is well hidden. This is on top. I was in either both roads. I can see it. What the hell? It's a freaking train. For adults. Oh my god, China is built differently. In a different way, I mean. Golly.
Oh my god, a security guy yelled in my direction. I thought it was me taking a video. Oh good lord, my heart's pounding. It was a woman. I think she's illegally parking on that side. I'm not sure. but by the tone of his voice, he is not happy. I'm like, am I doing it wrong? Is this against the law? And you know what? The law here in China is not to be trifled with because they take it seriously. So far, I do feel safe here. I have to be honest, because I think people here are just afraid of their law and their government, because they do have capital punishment here and they don't take it lightly. Even their own citizens go for death penalty because of drugs. And there's no human rights here. Everything's fair. That's one thing. And also, it just scares me really, just to break the law in another country, especially in a communist country. It's rule number one in traveling: always obey the law. I think we're getting nearby. And guys, behold the bird's nest with all its glory. The Bird's Nest Stadium, officially known as the Beijing National Stadium. Located in Beijing's Olympic Green, this incredible stadium was built for the 2008 Summer Olympics and later hosted the opening and closing ceremonies of the 2022 Winter Olympics, making it the first stadium in the world to host ceremonies for both Summer and Winter Olympic Games. The stadium earned its nickname Bird's Nest because its giant steel beams are woven together like twigs in a bird's nest. It was designed by Swiss architects Jacques Herzog and Pierre de Meuron, along with Chinese architect Li Xingang, while artist Ai Weiwei served as an artistic advisor. One amazing fact is that the stadium contains around 45,000 tons of steel and was built to withstand earthquakes. During the 2008 Olympics, it could hold about 91,000 spectators, making it one of the largest stadiums in the world. Today, the Bird's Nest is not just a sport venue. It has become a major tourist attraction and a symbol of modern Beijing, attracting visitors around the globe. It is quite well known, just like a real bird's nest protects new life, Beijing's Bird's Nest protects unforgettable Olympic memories. At times, they use it for as a concert hall, so that's why there's a lot of lights up there and a stage they're trying to build. I'm not sure what concerts is coming in. And then but I think they're making use much of the structure. Next to the famous Beijing National Stadium, the water cube was built for the 2008 Summer Olympics. It hosted swimming, diving, and synchronized swimming events, where many of the world's records were broken. "5 hours later, we are traveling back to the airport. Oh, it's about 3 in the morning. I'm still awake. Other than being jet lagged, I think what helped me is just being a nurse, doing irregular shifts. I do most of the time night shifts, so I can adjust to whatever sleeping pattern. Some people may say that's unhealthy, but that's just how nurses work, really. Well, not all nurses. Those who work 9 to 5, there are some. But as for me, working at the bedside, I still do most of the hard work and do the days and also night shifts. Sometimes half-day shifts. Yeah, can adjust. The perks of being a nurse.
Well, that's my adventure in China, especially in Beijing. It only took about 3 days here, but I managed through. Till next time, guys. Bye.